Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the session. Before joining or before even start the presentation, first of all, I want to thank everyone for joining. I know that we are all busy all through the week. We work for 5 days in a tight schedule, extended timing. We also work for, on Saturdays and some people in Sundays. Okay. And I know a few of my friends, they even ask for the eighth day in a week to find a country where there is a eighth day in a week exists. So I know that we are all in a tight schedule, being bankers, being working for a financial institution where we are giving service which deals with money. So I value your time, and I once again thank you all for joining this webinar, taking time to spend it here with us. Thank you so much. So without wasting time, we will move forward. Okay, so you are seeing a lens which we use to search something. If we are not able to find, which might be lying before us, but we will find it difficult to get that. So in that case, we use a lens to search and get that what we are looking for. Now, why the lens is here? People here in this meeting, one way or other, they are all searching for something. They are all looking for something which is lying before them, but they are not able to find. So we have people who are searching for job. We have freshers or the recent college pass outs in commerce background. We have many people coming out of college. Every year we know what is the population, what is the number of candidates who are coming out of college. They're all looking for job, heavy competition. They have the fear in their mind that how do I get a job? Where will I go and land? What to do to get a job? Or some people they don't even think about that. But in their mind, they will have a fear. Will I get a job? Or what will happen after this 3 year or 2 years MBA is done? So they are searching for job. So we are going to address them. Then we have people searching for answers. What answers? So we have been posting some articles, we are posting some job openings forwarded by companies, we are sending the post saying that we are taking training on CDCS, CAMS, CSDG. So they're all seeing the post, like you are all seeing the post. You want answer like what we are doing or what Aston services can give to us, how it can enrich us, how it can upgrade us and increase our market demand. So you are all looking for answers, searching for answer. We are going to address that. Then we have people who are searching for growth. In today's world, the data information is free, it's very cheap. You can get everything online for free. There are a lot of Gen AI tools, generative AI. If you just type a question, you get an answer. Now, data information is very cheap. So, we are all well equipped to know that what to get, which means they know what they need for their growth, but they need some guidance, some help. I'm in trade finance. I know that if I do CDCS, I will get a promotion or I will have a career growth or my demand is increased. But how to do that? Should I look for some additional training or can I prepare on my own? So the intellectual people, the people who are already aware of what they are going to do, they are looking for a growth and they need guidance on that. So we will try to end your search here. Then we have a big bunch of people who are looking for a way out. One way or the other, they have landed up in some job. I can vouch that almost 60 to 70% population who are here, or in some point of time in our life, we would have seen this, where we stuck somewhere, either in a process, in a company, or with a bad boss, or with a bad salary, where we got stuck. We don't have any option to move out, to find a way out. So here we are trying to address that. Here we are going to stop your search on, saying that I don't know what to do. I don't have a way out of my misery. So we will help you in that search for you. Then we have people who are searching for guidance. Some way or the other, we are completing a college without even having something in our mind like, okay, after my schoolings, I will take this discipline, I will prepare that, and I am going to do a postgraduate in that. I will do a PhD, I will land up, I'll go to US, or I will join a good university in India. So there are few people who plan their academical and also plan their career path. Most of us in the mid sector, like in the middle class, we don't know why we have chosen a discipline. I will give you an example. I myself don't know why I've taken BSc mathematics. Then I did MBA. Then I went for a Indian bank. Then I moved to MNCs. Then I moved to a financial, sector, like where there is a financial institution, a fintech company. So I myself don't, didn't have a clear path for me. After spending these many years, 20 years, I regret, or I feel that, okay, I missed that. This, whatever I'm doing and whatever I'm thinking, they should have done in my schooling itself. So we have many people in that category where they have landed somewhere and they need guidance. What should I do? I got a job. I have a job. I'm doing it. I log in at 9. My logout is 6, but I have always log out at 10. So there are categories in that. And I don't know what I do. People ask me to post some amount. I post that. Sometimes when there is a family issue, I will just add one more zero to it and do a wrong posting. Then I will go and sit in a one-to-one and have a terrible moment with my manager, come out, go home, come back next day in the morning, addressing this issue. Once this issue is settled, I will create one more issue. So why do I do that? How do I stop that? Or how can I change myself? What else I can do to upgrade myself, to grow in a career path? So they don't know what to do. Should I do CDCS? Should I do CSDG? Or should I take a compliance related thing? Should I do KYC, AML things? Now I'm an MBA grad. I don't know what to do. Should I choose marketing or finance? Which job should I choose? So people are searching for guidance. So we are trying to end the search here. So with this, we'll move to the main category. Before moving, I wanted to introduce a couple of my colleagues who have shown interest to collaborate with the Aston services. So we have Abhi. He's a certified trainer. He's working in a MNC. He has helped many CAMS aspirants to clear their exam. So he is with us. He will take you through some of the tips, some of his ideas on CAMS preparation. He will be a part-time trainer for us. And then we have Mr. Kumar, Chandan Kumar. Most of you might have known he's an active trade finance professional. He has completed his CDCS, CSDG, and CITF, and few other, Scrum or Six Sigma related things. He is also actively working on publishing some books on CDCS and CSDG. So he will also take care of the CSDG training and he will share some of his ideas. And these two, they join merely because of their interest. One is they have a passion to train people, and the other is they have passion about their what they do. So Abhi for CAMS complaints, he knows end-to-end FCC, transaction monitoring, KYC, AML. Likewise, Chandan, he has extensive knowledge in trade. So they do merely for passion. There is no financial consideration they have asked for. So thank you so much for them. I extend my special thanks to them for roping themselves into the assistant services. So we will share some time for them. They will take their own part on explaining CSDG and CAMS. Okay. We'll move to the next main session on what we are giving, what you can get from us, from assistant services. So how our training is unique, or who can do which certification. So myself, Sendil Kumar, I have around 16 to 17 years of experience, worked with different MNCs, done different certifications like CDCS, CAMS, CAB. Probably Indian bankers might be knowing the value of CAB. It is as good as clearing an MBA. And I've did a international certification in Cert Pay conducted by LIBF. I appeared for CSDG as well, yet to get the pass mark. Apart from that, I worked as a trainer, worked in operations team. I interviewed so many people. So why I'm saying all these things is I have some extensive knowledge to become myself as a trainer. So what I bring to your plate, the CDCS training. So our CDCS training will give you the chapter-based explanation. LIBF has given a study material, and I have trained so many people on CDCS. So each and every main concepts from CDCS will be clearly explained with examples, with practical insight. With my 15 years of experience in trade finance alone, in LCs alone, I can give you extensive examples in that. Then we extend Udemy free courses on Udemy, and we share you the mock tests. We have already published successful Udemy courses where we have 4.8, 4.9 ratings for CDCS and doc check. So those kind of things will be given free for you guys once you subscribe to a live learning. So we will cover entirely. You need not worry about the concept which you are going to get. So the training will be on Saturdays and Sundays. The banking Saturday will be a holiday. It will be 3 hours in a day. So we'll be taking through the trainings on Google Meet. You can raise a number of questions. Once you are not comfortable, you can even reappear for our next training without cost. Free of cost, you can again attend. So CDCS, then we have doc check. So most of the people, they say that, we do CDCS to do the doc check, to check the documents against the letter of credit. Then why do we have a different training as doc check and different one as CDCS? The people used to ask that. Now I used to explain, see, in any discipline, if you go and do that, you will have an internship. You need to undergo an internship for MBBS or for law. You need to get the practical experience to work on. So now this training, doc check, is as good as that. CDCS gives you a academical knowledge, which keeps you top of the edge, like you have a competitive edge advantage over the others, but you cannot do the the BAU activity, the daily job, because checking the documents is totally different from CDCS. Once you are a CDCS certified, if I give you a document, you will take 3 hours to complete it. But ideally, how banks works is the UAT time. The maximum time you can take for a document to complete is 25 minutes. You will not agree, or you may not feel that I'm over exaggerating. But people who are core doc checkers, who handle doc check team, they know that it is 25 minutes to the max 33 or 35 minutes, depending upon the organization. So within that period of time, you need to complete the documents. Now I bring that to you with 25 mock check documents. I will show you how to do that by screen sharing. Then you will also do a screen sharing and check that and get the knowledge. You may ask that, I'm new to trade finance. I was actually doing LC issuance and all. I was doing advising. I was in collections. Can I do doc check? Yes, you can do, because this course material I have designed to address all your queries. We will start from basics of LC, covering the risk. Then we will explain you what the doc check cycle is, what will happen at the exporters end, what will happen at the importers end, what is the action when it is a discrepant document. We will also cover the Incoterms. We will explain on the LC fields, each and every field, what it is. Then importantly, we will explain about the shipping documents and the UCP ISBP related things pertaining to the documents alone. We have common documents: invoice, packing list, transport documents, insurance documents, and there are certain articles applicable to them. Day in and day out, you need to use those things. Say, for example, Article 14 for standards of examination. Then Article 3, if I'm right, it is interpretation. Then we have Article 18, commercial invoice. 19, multimodal transport document. So right from that, it ends in 24 or 25, like ocean bills of lading, seaway bill, charter party, airway bill. Then we have road, inland. So each and everything which is required for doc check alone, we will cover. So we give you the hands-on experience, which will make you to start the work from day one. But the training alone will not be sufficient. You need to put some homework, because we are all adults. We know that things come out of practice. You have to practice with the mock checking documents, and get yourself promoted to a technical guy, a professional guy who can do a doc check. That will enhance your market demand. We all know that the opening for doc checker is the highest, is the most looked upon job in trade finance. So that we can give you. And we have internship program for commerce graduates. So whoever is in their final years in MBA or BCom, BBA, anything related to commerce, or who have recently completed their commerce graduation, we can provide them a internship cum training program. Most of the internship, it will be like a stipend based, but ours is a training cum internship, which means it is a paid training. It could be different, but the bridge or the bond which we are trying to bring here is, in one hand, we have college students who doesn't know what they have to do, who don't even have a single percent of knowledge about what is being done in corporates, what is done in banks. On the other hand, we have companies, MNCs, banks. They need people who can do the job from day one. So there is a huge gap between the demand and supply. Now we are bringing the bridge here, equip these freshers with the basics and also the industry expected expertise with them, which means we give them the basics of banking, basics of trade, cover the sanctions TBML related things with the case-based studies, and we will also cover CDCS subject material and doc check process. So the CDCS material will make them complete CDCS once they land in a job, and the doc check process will make them job ready once they are completing the college. So this is what I want to explain on CDCS, doc check, and internship, on, because these three will be covered by me. And for the cost aspect, you can come back to me. You can check our website, astonservices.online, or if you have my number, you can WhatsApp me, or You might be a connect in my LinkedIn profile. You can ping me, you can DM me and get the information. I'm happy to assist. And anything related to these three slides which are put upon, if you have any doubts, we will keep the questionnaire session at the last. So we'll move to CSDG and CAMS knowledge sharing session. Then we will take up the question at last together. Thank you so much. Now I would request Mr. Chandan to share his thoughts on CSDG, followed by Mr. Abhi. Yeah, Chandan. You can unmute yourself.
Thank you, Senthil. Hi, everyone. My name is Chandan Kumar Yadav. So let me quickly introduce myself fully. So I have done with CDCS, CSDG, CITF, CFE, anti-money laundering, SFC, and Six Sigma. I've worked with multiple banks such as Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Yes Bank, currently associated with one big Indian bank. And my agenda is, in next 10-15 minutes, I'll be covering different in CSDG and CDCS. What is the importance of CSDG certification, types of guarantee, which we should know, we actually must know if we are in the fields of bank guarantee, and what all are the syllabus, what is the passing mark, and what we will cover in our training sessions. So CSDG certification is certificate for specialist in demand guarantee, and it is very important for the people who is handling bank guarantees. It is actually conducted by LIBF, and for the exam fees is lump sum $700 in Indian currency. The exam is not necessary thing. That is separate thing. If you want to get it certified, obviously it will help you further in your career to boost it. But for the knowledge purpose, if you are in guarantees, it will definitely going to help you. So different, I'll quickly share because many of the people will be concerned about whether they should do CDCS or CSDG. So both the exams are level 4 exams conducted by the London Institute of Banking and Finance. CDCS is for the specialist in the letter of credit, aspirants who want to do or who is already working in the letter of credit sector, and vice versa, CSDG is for the bank guarantee people. So basic difference I will share you. CDCS or a letter of credit is on the performance basis, wherein once obviously it is paid on the compliant document or the compliance presentation, but that compliant document will only be presented in 99% cases wherein that performance is being happening, means that goods are being delivered and supplier is getting paid. Wherein that CSDG or a bank guarantee is a little difficult, kind of typical process wherein it is paid once that particular applicant is not performing. So invocation will only come into the picture once that performance is not being happening. So this is the main difference. You can choose your courses upon your interest or upon your field, wherever you are working. So importance, I'll tell you that CSDG usually once, that bank guarantees, if you are issuing, it is governed by the rule called URDG 758. It's actually not a rule, but worldwide accepted kind of articles, wherein so everyone will be on the same page and will be easy for the trade finance people. It's a very critical product and also need to be scrutinized through, thoroughly, like we do in LC at the time of issuance, which we call vetting. And also once we get the invocation, that time also we need to scrutinize it again, like whether this is a compliant presentation or not. So that thorough understanding and that product knowledge should be there. And there's no scope of the mistake in guarantees. It's very critical, already informed you, because if it does, due to even any comma or punctuation mistake, it may lead to the court cases. So while issuing local BZs in India, most of us, I think, already will be working in the guarantee sector. We actually follow the rule of Indian Contract Act Section 28. That is out of the syllabus, just for the knowledge purpose I'm telling you. So there are many types of bank guarantees. I'll just quickly guide you through, such as payment guarantees, advance payment guarantees, financial guarantee, performance, retention money, warranty guarantee, custom guarantee, direct guarantees, counter guarantees, bid bond, court cases guarantees, third party or parent company guarantee, direct payment guarantee, shipping guarantee, surety ship, and there may be any kind of guarantee depending on the case to case basis. So who can issue? As per URDC or as per LIBF, that provided course, anybody can issue. But usually in most of the cases, 99% it is issued by the bank, because banks are more safer than an individual or an entity. So quickly let you know through the syllabus. Syllabus contains 4 things. One is URDC 758, wherein we will find 35 articles. Other one is ISDGP. 215 points are there. This was actually recently introduced somewhere in 2021. And apart from that, ISP, wherein we will find 10 articles. And obviously the book. Book has 11 chapters. So I would tell you, this is actually easier than the CDCS. And the syllabus is also very small, but people will be afraid of it because the demand is very high in the market for CSDG certifications, but people who are willing to do, or they're not finding a guidance or a correct trainer, because the trainers are not available easily in the market for bank guarantees or CSDG certifications. So passing marks as usual, wherein at CDCS 70%, first 50 questions MCQs, and 10 case-based study in part A. In part B, 10 case-based questions and 6 simulations for 5 marks. 5 marks each. You will get there for scrutinizing of the document, claim whether it should be honored or not, such as, and this is all related to the course and content. So what we will cover? We will cover URDC, ISDGP, ISP, and book. And also we will provide you like one-on-one intention. If somebody want, or somebody want any kind of clearance on a particular topic, they can privately connect to me. I'll be able to help them and find out some time for them even out of that training session. So that is all from my end. If anybody has question, they can ask. And then again, I think I'm handing over to the Vilas. He'll walk you through CAMS, what all our material are there and criteria. And then we'll go back to Senthil again. Thank you.
Thanks, Chand. Thanks for your valuable contribution. Yeah, be over to you, please.
Thank you, Sandal. Thanks, Chandan. Good morning, everyone. So I hope we got enough briefing about our courses from Senthil and Chandan. So I am here to help you in terms of CAMS training. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Abhilash. I am having 15 years of experience with the different MNCs into risk and complaints. Currently, I am supporting 2 Middle East banks in risk and complaints area only. So I have extensive experience in KYC, AML, sanction screening, CDD, EDD, PEP, and adverse media screening. So let me give you a brief idea about CAMS. CAMS is one of the prestigious certifications which is in demand for any organization and for any people if you want to start your career, or if you want to excel your career in terms of in crime field. So I'll tell you the importance of CAMS. There are, the population of the world is around 600 crores, but we have only 75,000 people who completed this particular certification. That is the value of the certification carry. So this, I would say the certification is one of the most popular certification in FinCrime world. So in our sessions, we are going to cover you extensive study materials of the latest CAMS 6.5. That includes what is the role of complaints in banking sector, why banks are more specific about to reduce this risk in terms of money laundering or terrorist financing, and what are the after effects if they fall into any of these activities. So most of the banks are in demand of anti-money laundering specialists and crime specialists into their screening and transactions monitoring phase. So we will help you to get yourself certified in CAMS. So you can also put a timeline to clear this exam. See, ideally, when I started preparing this particular exam, I'll be able to clear that exam with around 90% of scores in a span of 6 months. So in the sessions, we'll talk about what is money laundering, what are the roles of regulators, what are the controls and the preventive measures banks are following, and what kind of risk, along with a lot of case studies. So I have prepared around the 600 plus case studies with me. So we will be going to discuss during our sessions, and I have a customized question bank which I prepared for my uh, previous students, and that worked well. So far, I have trained around 5 to 6 people uh, in order to clear CAMS, and I am happy to say that all of them cleared CAMS in the first attempt. So basically, in money laundering, we will be covering all aspects of financial crime uh, and uh, what are the complaints laws in terms of US Patriot Act and Bank Secrecy Act. Because 40% of your CAMS questions will be coming from these two laws. So if you are clear with these two terminologies or what are the pros and cons in this particular laws, 40% of your work done. So, what are the benefits of CAM certifications that will provide a better understanding of fraud and crime activities with an international standard? It is everybody's accepted certification, and you can identify threats, you can identify red flags, you can identify different typologies what money launderers are following uh, in order to get themselves out from the investigation threshold. Then of course, your personal and professional growth will also there if you are completing this particular examination. So we were targeting the people who are aspirant to clear CAMP certification. We will give you personalized coaching uh, to get yourself completed that particular examination.
Thanks, Abhi. Is there anything you want to add, Abhi, or maybe we can go to the last session of this
Yeah,
webinar?
Sandil, actually, uh, I want to hear it from participants because they would have a lot of queries and questions related to our program. So probably we can spend more time on that in order to address their queries. Uh, that will be better. Actually.
Sure, sure, Abhi. That's a good idea. So, in fact, that is our last session. Before moving to the QA, we just want to assure you that our training is the lowest cost in the market and highest quality in it. I don't want to exaggerate or give more explanation to our training, because we all studied on our own, searching for logic, searching for reasons why this exists, why this concept, why the Article 2 says about that, why Article 1 says about that, what are all the information behind that. Because we searched everything by ourselves, we found the answer, and that gave us the capability to become a trainer. So we assure that you will get more than what you will get from others. And yeah, one more last question people used to ask. Uh, See, you are suggesting these certifications. These are all not just less money. CDCS, as Chandan was quoting, it is around like 80,000 or 75,000 for both CDCS and CSDG, because they are all level 4, if I'm right. Now, again, CAMS for 1 year subscription and examination enrollment, I think it goes around 1.8 lakhs now. So it's a huge money. If you ask me that, okay, I spend the money and I complete it, I take a training from you, will I get a job? Will I get a career growth? Will I get a salary hike? See, if you ask that question to me, I would not say yes, and I would not say no. Then what you will say? That's what your question, right? See, there are thousands of people in the market. There are huge competition. When you take India's market, we have n number of people coming out. We have so many banks, so many associates working, and there are so many competition. Now, how we are going to make ourselves stand out of the crowd when there is a opening comes? See, yesterday I posted a job opening for dog checkers. So 10 associates are required. Not even 6 profiles I would able to shortlist and share that to my friend. It is not only for dog check or CDCS, it is same for everyone. So out of 1,000 people, there are only 2 to 3 people who have completed CDCS or CAMS. Or in case of CDCS, people who know dog check. So rest of the people, they don't have anything. They are just common people who has knowledge in working in a bank. Now, how do you make yourself stand out? What is the value for other company to consider you, to give you some hike and take you up? Now, I completed, I need a job. No, it doesn't work in that way. That is not the market trend. When there is a job opening, rarely it comes. See, there could be a new migration coming into India, or there could be an expansion of the existing team, like which is happening uh, in HSBC, and the reason for me to put that opening. So there are bits and pieces where you have an expansion or a new migration coming in. At that point of time, you should be ready to go and grab it. You cannot just sit and think about that. Okay, should I do CDCS or should I do CAMS? It costs me much. If I do the certification, will I get a job? That is not the way of thinking. Now you plan to buy a bike, you plan to buy a car, or you plan to buy a home, because you have to live like another 7 to 8 decades or more than that, and you plan your things. Now you have to work for 40 years at least, and that gives you the fortune of living for the next 8 decades. So what did you plan to buy the knowledge by paying, by spending some money out of your pocket to enrich your knowledge? See, I did CDCS, CAV, CAMS, CSDG. That all comes a cost. You just consider, I paid out of my pocket. None of my companies paid. Likewise, we have Abhi, Chandan, they all did on their own, with or without the help of MNC. But you need to spend money, and beyond that, you need to spend your time and energy. You need to bring an interest to that. It is easy for everyone to go to a movie, mall, spend some bucks, enjoy it. How long you can do that? In a week, you only have 2 days to enjoy, but you have 5 days to be productive in your work, show something out of it. So 2 to 5, which means you need to focus more on that 5 days. Save some money, not just this batch. Maybe not even us. You feel comfortable with, we have Girish Malya, who is so successful. We have Magesh Gali, who is also so successful in CAMS. For CDCS, we know Isaac Tudu, ma'am, Humaira ma'am. They're all training. You go and take up training anywhere, but please do plan your knowledge enrichment. Just buy car, home alone is not sufficient for your planning. You need to consider planning for enriching your knowledge. We are bankers, we don't have any other option. But if you have any option to start your own business, running a restaurant, fine. For that also, you need to have a capital, you need to have a plan, think about that. But if you're going to be a banker or you're going to work in a financial institution, start planning, start saving money, and please do some certifications. Now, as I was mentioning, there are competition. There will be a point of time where you have 10 years of experience, you know doc check, but you don't have CDCS certification. But there is a MBA guy who knows doc check and who knows a CDCS certification. Now you can compare. You both will be in the same platform, and you know that which MNC will be liking, which profile MNC will like to take. Not a 15 lakhs money to you as a doc checker, but just a 6 lakhs money to this MBA fresher who has doc check and CDCS both in his hand. So days will come, please mark my words. As I used to say with my friends, the certifications like CDCS especially, it was a niche some 6 to 7 years before, but it is now common. Almost like 25% of population, they are either they have completed or they are in the pursuance stage. So now then there'll be a stage that 75% of population will be having a certification and you may not have. Not exaggerating, it is down the line, it is going to happen. So with that, I will stop my gyan, and thanks for the participation. Please reach our website, WhatsApp number to know more information. Now it is open for you participants to raise your questions, whatever you want, for me or to Abhi or to Chandan. The forum is open. Whatever question you have, please raise it. Let me unmute you all so that you can raise your questions. Just give me a second. Maybe for the time being, you can ping your questions in the chat box while I unmute everyone.
Senthil, meanwhile, I just want to share my live example. I mean, for few of the examples. So just 2 months back, State Bank of India opened some vacancies for trade finance guys, just on the experience basis, and they hired somewhere around 126 people. The requirement was first in the certification for forex exchange and the other one for the CDCS. So in out of those 126 people, at least they have taken around 100 people who has already completed their CDCS. Just based on the experience, few of my friends, they went for the interview and the question was asked, when did you complete your CDCS? They said, this year. That's all. Thank you very much. And they have been hired now. So the value of the certification and CSDG along with any LIDF certification, level 4 certification will be definitely helpful for you. And even for Gulf countries, there is a very high requirement if you want to go out of India or abroad, work anywhere, and if you're not getting visa. So in that case, you will be open for worldwide. In that case, even that UK, USA, high demand because their work culture is little different and we Indians are very hardworking people. So it will be easy for us to get the job in AUD or USD or AED. That's all simple thing wanted to share to just motivate people. That's all. Please ask your queries if you have any.
We have a question from Girish.
So once any of the certification is done, is there any age restriction for new job search?
I'll answer for that question, Senthil.
Yeah, please, Abhi.
Girish, There is no age limit if you are searching after completing this particular certification. See, I know people who are doing as a consultant role into MNC banks even after the retirement. So they have completed this compliance related certifications, the state finance related certification, and even after the retirement, they are working as an independent contributor to some of the MNC banks to stabilize their system, to identify the glitches in their existing process and all. So the door is open and there is no age limit.
And to add on to Abhi's thoughts, so Girish, your question is very valid. See, nowadays people find very difficult to get a job if they cross some 10 years of experience. I've seen in my experience, like a lot of people, they used to ask, they are stuck after 10 years. They're not able to move unless until they are a doc checker or they have CAMS certification or they are having both CDCS and CSDG. It is very becoming very difficult because I'll tell you the situation. As I already explained, like 2 year experienced person with CDCS on doc check, 10-year experienced person, you can even consider they also completed, that person also completed CDCS and doc check. Which one will be preferred? Companies always think for less cost, but for us, if we are enriching our knowledge, keeping, completing certification, you do CDCS, you add on CSDG to it, you practice yourself to become kind of a SME. Just don't stop with the operations. You try to do something, enhance your knowledge. Now we have automation tools. There are a lot of companies who are trying to automate. Even for dog check, we have a couple of companies. You would have seen Trade Stream, Clean AI, and all. They need dog checkers. They need dog checkers. They need people who have completed CDCS certification to help with the code. So sky is the limit. Do not restrict that. Okay, I'm 10 years or 12 years of experience. I just crossed. If even if I do CDCS, that won't help. What I would suggest, if you have money, if you have energy, if you have time, just go for it. Never expect, like, I need to do, I'm spending this much money, so I need a job. So try to enrich and keep on looking for ways, looking for those. We have business analysts in payments, in LC issuance. A lot of fintech companies are there. Even like if you do CAMS, we have Amazon Pay. So a lot of small finance banks have come. We have payment gateways. Now world is extending, like world is becoming one where central bank currency will be coming. So that the avenue, the opportunity, especially for the CAMS, it will be growing. Now we have CDCS and soon we have to do EUCP kind of thing. So master something EUCP. We know that there are like 10 to 11 articles, if I'm right, but we don't know why each and every article appears or exists. There is an explanation. If you go and see EUCP version 2, there are around 230 pages of document which explains what that particular article says. So master in that, put that in your resume, show that you are an expert. So your experience will be seen differently. If you don't have anything and if you have 13 years of experience, nobody will be interested on your resume. But if you have 13 to 15 years of experience with all your expertise in EUCP, your research, just do a blog post, share some information, then that years of experience will be seen in a different way. I think I answered you without beating around the bush. So we'll take up the next one for Sreshwar. Thanks for the informative session. One of the consideration: how can these courses help for lead business analyst roles in banking for a person from non-finance background? Will just enhancing knowledge without these certifications help? So Avi A has asked that. So Avi or Chandan, you want to take that question?
Yeah. So I see that you answer your question. So any FinCrimes certifications, what you are doing will have a validity of 3 years. So after 3 years, you need to renew the certification. Is there any EMI terms spoken?
So I
Okay.
think
Just
he's
to
quite.
add on,
Yeah.
sorry, just to add on to Abhi's point, that obviously that certification validation is for 3 years, but that knowledge you want to get, or that knowledge which you are getting, it that is for lifelong. That is never going to
Yes.
be end, and that CDCS things will be in your resume forever. And companies will not hire you just based on whether your certificate is valid in the current period or not. They will take you upon your knowledge. And once you have done with that certification, that confidence which you will get, no, that is not going to be taken by anyone in your life. And that thing which you usually used to ask from the people, whether what I should do here, what should I do here, like that is going to be end. And obviously, in job, confident level, or anywhere apart from this age restrictions, you will be open for the whole world. You can go anywhere. That I have strongly felt it. And I got so many opportunity. I can't even tell you that how much I have rejected it. I cannot accept all the offers just because it's sometime in the next coming future I want to go there, so I would be able to take that opportunity again. So don't worry about that validation of the certifications. Yeah, please.
Thank you, Chandan, for the add-on. And Aishwarya, for your second question, is there any tie-up with companies for job opportunities? See, once you cleared that certification and when you are updating your profile with that particular certification, you need not to worry about that particular point. You will get lot of uh, calls from recruiters because you achieved one of the niche skills which others doesn't have. Then coming back to tie up or hiring, see, I I was, as I mentioned earlier, I used to be a part of two big Middle East bank, and I know the volume of hiring is happening in that particular banks for the last 2 years, and I know the kind of requirement. We hardly get people who are CAMS certified or who are CDCS certified or CSDG certified. So assume when we are releasing 10 open positions, we hardly get 2 or 3 people with this kind of skill. So the market is always open.
Okay. Yeah, thanks, Abhi. And circling back to Avi's question, he has a question that how this certification will help a non-finance background for a business analyst role. See, in case of business analyst, you need to do a documentation, and they need financial consultant who knows the technical part of preparing BRD, FRD, SRS documents. I think hope you understand these technical terms since you specifically asked. So these are all some requirement for a BA to prepare. And we need financial BAs or consultants who can bridge the client's expectation and communicate that to the developing team. Okay, because developers may not be from a banking domain, and bankers may not know how to prepare a documentation. So now they need people who has a BA, who has financial domain knowledge, and also can communicate through the FRD SRS documents, who can prepare some charts, who knows the system part like using Balsamic, wireframe, right? And like Assure, I think Assure or something in MS. So they need to prepare that, communicate the requirement from a client whenever there is an automation happening. I know many of my friends who have moved from operations to BA. So I know now there was a requirement from one of the person from Clean AI. He is actually a business analyst. He wants to learn CDCS because they are doing a doc check automation. So I think that answers your question. And I'll take up the other one, like Visweshwar has asked, is getting relevant job. Do you have any pool of database for opening job openings? Right now we don't have. We have something in our mind to create a job pool, train them with a low cost, and if at all like companies they are trying to source from us directly, we can share the profile, but that's in a long run. We will do that, but in fact that's our idea or next milestone for us. And there was another question asking like if I can get a job. What about the job security after clearing CDCS or CSDG certification? See, that's what I was even mentioned earlier. If you ask, will I get a job after spending 80,000 of money? Will I get a job after completing CDCS or CSDG? If you don't want yourself to be put out of the trouble, or you know, people want to consider they want to see you as a SME. You have to have a dependability. People cannot just pluck you out from the team. They cannot ask you to leave the job. Nowadays people, management, they try to convince people, they try to motivate people to put down paper. You would have never heard this word, motivate that person to put papers. So if you are not eligible, if you don't have an enhancement, you are just sitting for having more than 10 years or 15 years of experience in the same process, but you have not done any certification. What do you think company will do? Do you think they will give you promotion, or they send you to abroad to do a migration and bring that, teach everybody here in this in your company? No. If you don't enhance yourself, you will be the odd man out. As I was mentioning, CDCS, TSDG, CAMS, these are all niche some 6-7 years before. But now everybody has awareness. Every company is looking for people who have completed certification. As Chandan rightly mentioned, they asked one question: when did you pass out the CDCS? Hired. See, this is the scenario. So think that other way. Keep yourself equipped. You may have to go to war at any time. If you don't have the right weapons, you know what will happen. I think I answered. Maybe I think I'm not too harsh, but things will get too worse, Rajesh. Definitely. You may think us as a hope fish or doomsday fish, which comes out of the deep sea, and once it comes, there will be something happening. So even recently, August 10, I think, a doomsday fish has came out. After like couple of days, there was a 4.1 magnitude earthquake happened. So it was a belief that if this fish comes out and says there's a doomsday, we don't want to be that fish, but we may try to ring the alarm, switch on the alarm. Thank you so much. Hopefully you got something out of it. Think about that. We are not convincing, or we are not brainwashing, because we are not kids, we are adults. We know what decision is better for us. We can take that, and we are not saying that we will get you a job, you complete with us, we will push you. There is no back way door. Just straight way. We can equip you. Keep yourself ready. Whenever there is an opportunity, you can go and right royally open the door with a key. You need not knock the door. So you will be the right person to be picked. Competition is heavy. Try to equip yourself. You equip with us, or you go other in the market, or take the book, do a self study. Everything you can do on yourself. You need not even look for a training. If you have a passion to go dig deep and find out the explanation for the concepts, as I already said, data is free. Everything is in the market, internet. But never forget to equip yourself. That's it. I think we can wind up. Thank you so much once again. We'll wind up the call. Thanks, Abhi, and thanks, Chandan, for your participation.